let's get into Uttar Pradesh, viewers. The big numbers coming up from Uttar Pradesh in just about 30 seconds. I also want to tell you, viewers, that we are going to be showing you the poll of polls also for Uttar Pradesh as well as the vote share.
58 seats, and here you have finally an exit poll that perhaps the BJP will agree with. Phase 1, Western Uttar Pradesh, BJP getting 31 seats. This will be surprising for many because this was supposed to be the SP-RLD's phase to win. They had said, "Yahan pe to hamara clean sweep hoga."
So you're saying these numbers should have been much higher for the SP plus?
Absolutely, because this is where the big combine of SP and RLD was supposed to deliver numbers. This is Western Uttar Pradesh, Jat Muslim belt, farmers agitation, Ganna Jinnah, all of that played out over here. This
is very important. We don't know the exact split between the SP and the RLD, but this is Western Uttar Pradesh, the weakest spot, you're saying, for
one
the BJP.
One of the weakest spots for the BJP.
Which is the other one?
The other one is going to be Rohelkhand, the second phase that we are going to see.
But
and
viewers,
of course, Eastern Uttar Pradesh.
In Eastern Uttar Pradesh, of course, with a historical disadvantage there for the BJP. But look at this, viewers, the second phase numbers coming up. BSP 2, SP 20. BJP 31, very much like Western Uttar Pradesh actually, very much like that. The Congress only getting 2 there, forget that. But the Samajwadi Party 20, the BJP 31, the BSP 2. Are you surprised at all?
This is again very surprising because large Dalit population, large number of Sikhs, but the largest Muslim population, if I am not mistaken, is concentrated in this phase of the entire 7 phases. So
again, are you saying there's been a counter consolidation?
Could have been. We'll have to look at also the vote share for these various phases. But the first 2 phases were supposed to be the tightest.
So let's do one thing. Before we move on to phase 3, let's get the vote share for 1 and 2. Okay, we're going to try and get the vote share as soon as possible. Let's go to phase 3, viewers. So we are already at the 100 mark, if I'm not mistaken, for total seats, I think. 100 mark up there, yes. There you can see the BJP here with 32. That's 59 seats in this particular phase. The Samajwadi Party 23. Now, this was supposed to be the Yadav belt, wasn't it? The phase 3.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. This is that entire belt where you have Kannauj, which is where Shivpal Yadav, Jaswant Nagar. This is your entire Yadav belt kicking in. That was phase 3.
And that's going to be not such great numbers
But here, relatively, you are close. So you've got Akhilesh Yadav, remember. Yadav belt, this is Karhal. This is where Akhilesh Yadav is contesting from in phase 3. But somehow, again, the kind of consolidation
Look
that
at this, BSP. Now, what this means, and you can read it both ways, viewers, the BJP will be hoping that the BSP does better. Because if it does better, then who suffers? The Samajwadi Party? But that's not quite happening. The BSP getting eviscerated in both these phases, and it's the Samajwadi Party that is gaining, viewers, and of course the BJP. So if there is a consolidation happening of the backward votes, Padmaja, if I'm not mistaken, it's happening also for the Samajwadi Party and the BJP. That's why you have these numbers, which is very, very interesting.
You know, one could also look at the breakup in this fashion of these seats that polled. So phase 3, if I'm not mistaken, was about 13 out of 19 seats of Bundelkhand, and the rest were the Yadav dominated. So it could be that the Bundelkhand seats have gone towards the BJP, and then you have... Now let's look at phase 4.
Let's look at vote share first. Let's look at vote share first. Now, viewers, just look at this. 172 we have projected. 172 seats. The BJP is at 94, so just short of a 100 mark. The Samajwadi Party is at 66, so it's still a close race. This is a close race. Could go down to the wire. Let's have a look at the vote share. Now, this is a vote share. I think this is for Western Uttar Pradesh, the 97 seats in Western UP. So this is the area we are talking about, viewers. This is the area we're talking about. This is Western UP. Let's quickly tell you the vote share, how this is all adding up. It's 40% for the BJP,
it's
37.
Close.
It's very close. It is very close. So that means that 2% margin that we have been talking about, a large number of seats are going to be decided.
Very close contest.
And then, viewers, it becomes pretty much an open contest. Because, look, the exit poll tries to cover a vast area, but can it really read the mind of every voter? Unlikely, not possible.
But you know, this was expected to be a close fight. in Western Uttar Pradesh,
yes.
but it is still quite commendable, or it is very interesting that the BJP has got the majority vote share, which means that a substantial chunk of the Jat vote has also come to them. And you know what this will boil down to, Rahul? This will boil down to that alliance between SP and RLD, the candidate selection. Remember that whole Garmi that Yogi spoke of?
Or a
He said,
certain M.A. Jinnah.
Yeah, so I mean, he said that there are certain seats,
yes.
जो कि जाट सीट्स हैं, उनमें आपने मुस्लिम कैंडिडेट खड़ा किया है, क्योंकि that has gone to SP.
Yes.
Has that played out? Would be interesting to see when we get seat-wise breakup.
It's very
of course, when
interesting.
results
Yes,
happen.
Sabha Naqvi. Yeah.
If we go with this, I think you'll find the Braj Mandal is where the BJP would have done so well. Not the Muzaffarnagar Kairana
Mathura
belt.
belt, exactly.
The Braj Mandal.
Agra, Mathura. That is where they'll make up.
Okay, yes.
The Do Ladke thing didn't work.
At least not
Obviously,
in
the
Western
Do
UP.
Ladke combo should have delivered much more, and the Ganna Jinnah should have delivered much more.
The cycle has carried many Do Ladkas, by the way.
So this Do Ladka thing, and you know, 6 months back, the way the whole narrative was that the Kisan Andolan is going to benefit the Samajwadi Party and and Jayant, that doesn't seem to have played out as per your exit polls. Somewhere something has gone wrong. Either the candidate selection, as Padmaja points out, or it just could be that it was a media hype over this Kisan Andolan.
No, I don't
when
think
actually
it's
came
a
down
media
to
hype,
voting,
but
it didn't work.
The BSP vote coming down to 14% from 22. That means some of the BSP
That's
vote
right.
has gone to
You're right.
BJP.
In
also.
2019
I was
also the
saying that-
BSP vote went.
I was saying this at the last day of opinion polls,
Let's have
that
a
if it
look at the
becomes a
vote share.
two-poll election, then some of the Dalit vote will shift. Please remember, Dalits and Jats have rarely voted together
Okay.
in Western UP.
Yeah.
So that means
Okay.
in a bipolar, some of it has
Vote
shifted
share.
to
Let's
BJP.
go quickly through the other seat shares also.
So we've got phase 3 now,
yes.
from the Yadav areas. Now let's move to
Yes.
phase 4.
Yes, let's go. Now phase 4.
Now
This is very
phase 4 interesting. Why we should take note, this should have been the Congress's areas to do really well, because your Rai Bareli, Amethi, and look how well they have done. All right, so we've got the Congress at 1. The BJP still managing a clear lead over here. Over 50% of this 59 seats in this phase have gone to the BJP. Samajwadi Party 18. Like we said, going west to east, the
Would
BJP...
you like to take Anupriya Patel?
All right, so Anupriya Patel of Apna Dal is here with us. Anupriya ji, सबसे पहले आपको लगता है कि आपकी इच्छा के अनुसार है जो रिजल्ट्स आए हैं, या उससे कम है, ज्यादा है अभी तक? क्योंकि करीब 132 में से सीटें जो हमने करीब जो 231 दिखाई हैं, 132 बीजेपी प्लस को जा रही हैं.
देखिए, हमने पहले दिन से ही ये कहा है कि हमारा एनडीए का जो अलायंस है वो सत्ता में वापसी करेगा, और पहले चरण से ही जो ईवीएम के रुझान रहे उसको देखकर ये स्पष्ट था कि हमारे एनडीए गठबंधन के प्रत्याशियों को बढ़त मिल रही है. आज जो एग्जिट पोल्स के रुझान आ रहे हैं लगभग उसी दिशा में ये चल रहे हैं, और हमें पूरा विश्वास है कि हमारी सत्ता में वापसी होगी. 100% तो हम एग्जिट पोल्स के रिजल्ट्स पे नहीं भरोसा कर सकते हैं, लेकिन हाँ, एक रुझान जिस दिशा में हमने सोचा था और हम लगातार कह भी रहे थे उसी दिशा में दिख रहे हैं. और मैं कहूंगी आपके चैनल पे कि हमें पूरा विश्वास है कि उत्तर प्रदेश में एनडीए अलायंस फिर से सरकार बनाएगा, क्योंकि ना बनाने का कोई कारण ही नहीं है.
नहीं, ठीक है अनुप्रिया जी, मैं आपसे एक सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं.
उत्तर प्रदेश को विकास के
क्या मार्जिन ऑफ विक्ट्री आप लोगों के लिए अहमियत रखता है, कि या अगर आपको 204 या 5 भी आ गए तो आप खुश हैं? क्या मार्जिन ऑफ विक्ट्री पे आप एम्फेसिस डालेंगी?
नहीं, बिल्कुल मार्जिन ऑफ विक्ट्री बिल्कुल अहमियत रखता है, और मैं यही बात मैंने पहले भी कही कि एग्जिट पोल्स को आप 100% नहीं मान सकते, क्योंकि आप 10,000 20,000 का सैंपल लेके ये...
मेरा सवाल डायरेक्ट आपसे ये है मैडम कि अगर आपको 300 पार नहीं हुए तो क्या हम ये समझ सकते हैं कि कोई वीकनेस है एनडीए में उत्तर प्रदेश में?
देखिए, मैंने 300 पार की बात नहीं की. मैंने हमेशा ये कहा है कि उत्तर प्रदेश की सत्ता में हम लौटेंगे. आपके एग्जिट पोल्स फिलहाल जो अनुमान लगा रहे हैं उससे आगे भी कहानी बढ़ेगी, ऐसा मेरा मानना है, क्योंकि एग्जिट पोल्स जितनी विविधता हमारे सोसाइटी में है और आपका सैंपल साइज जितना बड़ा होता है उसके देखते हुए मैं ये नहीं मान सकती कि, और मैं इस पर संतुष्ट भी नहीं होंगी कि जो पूरी तरीके से आप दिखा रहे हैं उसी को हम लेकर चलेंगे।
अभी आप ये बताइए कि जो आखिरी 2 फेजेस थे जहां पे आपका सबसे ज्यादा एट स्टेक था, वहां पर पिछले बार के मुकाबले मतदान कम हुआ है, क्या ये आपके लिए चिंता का विषय है?
नहीं, देखिए, मतदान कम हो या ज्यादा हो, ये तो जितने भी चुनाव में पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज लड़ रहे थे उन सबके लिए एक ही जैसी समान स्थिति है। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि इसका प्रभाव अकेले कोई एनडीए पर पड़ रहा है, ये सबके लिए बराबर से प्रोपोर्शन में उतना ही पड़ेगा। लेकिन हाँ, निश्चित रूप से एक 54-55% का जो हम देख रहे हैं, ये थोड़ा सा जरूर इसका अभी असेसमेंट करने की जरूरत है कि ये कुछ प्रतिशत की कमी क्यों रह गई।
थोड़ी सी एंटी इनकम्बेंसी लग रही है अब ग्राउंड पर जब जा रहे हैं, खास तौर पर पूर्वांचल में?
नहीं, एंटी इनकम्बेंसी नहीं है, यहाँ प्रो इनकम्बेंसी है। और मैं इसके कारण भी आपको बता रही हूं कि हमारा मतदाता आज का जो मतदाता है वो बहुत एस्पिरेशनल हो चुका है। अब वो कोई फेक इलेक्शन प्रोमिसेस से या आप आरोप प्रत्यारोप को हथियार बनाएं, उसके आधार पे वो वोट नहीं देता है। वो 5 साल आपकी परफॉर्मेंस को वॉच करता है, एक असेसमेंट करता है कि आपने क्या काम किया, उसके जीवन में क्या बदलाव आया।
अगर प्रो इनकम्बेंसी है अनुप्रिया जी, तो फिर आपको 300 पार करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा। तो आप क्यों नहीं एक अनुमान लगा देती हैं हमारे लिए? योगी साहब तो कहते हैं 300 पार, शाह साहब कहते हैं 300 पार, नड्डा साहब कहते हैं 300 पार, तो अनुप्रिया पटेल क्यों नहीं कहती 300 पार?
मैं 300 पार या किसी आंकड़े की बात नहीं करूंगी, और मैं इसको डिनाई भी नहीं करूंगी कि ये आंकड़ा पहुंच भी सकता है।
अच्छा।
मैंने सिर्फ ये कहा कि हम अभी आंकड़ों पर टिप्पणी नहीं करेंगे, एनडीए सत्ता में वापसी करेगी। और जो मैं बार बार प्रो इनकम्बेंसी की बात कर रही हूं, उसको कहने का मेरा एक ही कारण है कि हमारे जो तमाम प्रयास रहे हैं उसने आम जनमानस के या आम मतदाता के जीवन में एक सकारात्मक बदलाव किया है। और क्योंकि आज वोटर की एक्सपेक्टेशन स्काई रॉकेटिंग हो चुकी हैं और वो ये देखना चाहता है कि लास्ट माइल डिलीवरी हुई है या नहीं, तो अगर आपने जो सोचा उसको आप उनके जीवन तक पहुंचाकर कोई बदलाव ला पाए हैं, तो प्रो इनकम्बेंसी का आपको इंपैक्ट देखने को मिलेगा। एंटी इनकम्बेंसी जैसा कोई फैक्टर नहीं है।
ठीक है, तो केंद्र में मंत्री होने के नाते अगर प्रो इनकम्बेंसी सच में केंद्रीय स्कीम्स की वजह से मिली है, उसका फायदा मिला है बीजेपी को, तो श्रेय आपको भी मिलेगा। फिलहाल हमसे बात करने के लिए अनुप्रिया जी आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर हैविंग जॉइंड अस। ऑफ कोर्स 10th March is the real day when we'll come back to you, because that is the day of reckoning.
But let's just quickly look at these numbers. This is of course phase 4, and we were just discussing phase 4, and this is phase 5 now. Now this is interesting. BJP 38, Samajwadi Party 20. Now these are the 2 phases. This is another important phase which again falls in the Awadh area of Uttar Pradesh, viewers. And this particular phase was important actually for the Samajwadi Party to hold, to really hold, because this is the heart of Mandal politics, and they would perhaps be disappointed with this number.
You know, one very interesting thing happened, if I'm not mistaken, Sabha, wasn't it just before this phase that Rita Bahuguna Joshi's son went and met Akhilesh and put out that picture?
Right before Lucknow voted.
Right before, which was just
no,
before
Lucknow
this.
voted on 23rd, and that's
22nd he went.
Yeah.
Why this is significant? Because Rita Bahuguna Joshi is a very prominent, not just Brahmin face, she's a member of parliament, but also Uttarakhandi, and there's a large chunk of the Uttarakhand population which stays in all of Lucknow's constituency. So this is an urban vote. It is very important for the BJP. It has generally gone for the BJP. So he very tactically went and made that picture, Aparajita Sarangi, and now he's joined the BJP, he's joined the Samajwadi Party. What did you make of that photo op? This time Samajwadi Party has, by the way, really photobombed the BJP. Kabhi Swami Prasad Maurya ji ke saath, kabhi Rita ji ke bete ke saath. Ms. Sarangi.
Yes, there is some problem in the audio, Padmaja, so that's why, you know, I have to stop at, you know, some points.
Okay, let's bring in. Yes.
The thing is that we have been looking at the numbers here, and let me tell you that this does not show anything beyond 300 if you aggregate the whole number, all the numbers. but I can tell you with confidence the kind of performance that we have put up, we would be crossing 300.
Okay, Vandana, let me bring in Vandana Singh, because Ms. Patel, of course, did not back you up on that. She's been gun-shy. But look, one can't blame anybody. Uttar Pradesh, difficult to call, and this time there are, of course, many factors. But Vandana Singh, leader of the Samajwadi Party, at this moment we are projecting 170 for the BJP. 292 is the total number that we have been able to project, out of which the BJP is getting about 170. So just short of, I think, the halfway. So 50% conversion is taken, less than 50% conversion. Vandana Singh. The Samajwadi Party 104, the BSP at 7, the Congress at 8, the others at 3. 292 we projected. Are you disappointed that the number is not higher for you and that you haven't done very well in Western Uttar Pradesh, where you were expecting to really set the tenor for this election?
Not at all, Rahulji. I would wait till 10th.
Okay.
We have seen I'm not a pollster, but we have seen what has happened in the past with all these polls prediction. So I'm not disappointed at all. I'm a very realistic person. I would like to wait till 10th. And if to go by all this, that means, like you were showing, Congress is just getting 3, but the reality was something else. The reality is different. I was in Uttar Pradesh. People were all there in youth, the first-time voter, which is 5% plus. They are absolutely anti-BJP. So where is their vote going? Vote share. Nobody's talking about it. You have seen there being videos
where is that 5% vote going?
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's not going to BJP.
Where is it going?
Well, it's going to the opposition.
Who is the opposition?
Opposition is SP and Alliance.
All right, so it's going to Samajwadi Party. You're saying the youth vote is going there.
When you ask me questions, can I just finish?
Yes.
You have just seen the video of this Purvanchal, all these kids, all these students, they were lining up in front of the railway station, in front of the train, just going to cast their vote. So there was enthusiasm, they're hoping, and they're voting for hope. They're voting for development. Not these kind of a rhetoric.
But
and
Madam,
if they were so comfortable, BJP was so comfortable, Mr. Modi would not...
Can I ask you a hypothetical question, because we are dealing in hypotheticals today? I understand.
Mr. Modi was spending nights in Banaras when the country was going through the crisis of Ukraine.
Okay, but you're also... That's fine, but you're also painting a subjective analysis based on what you saw. So
I will wait till...
There are also some numbers. Vandana Singh, 1 second, please. I just want to quickly ask you this question. It's an important one. If in case Samajwadi Party doesn't deliver on what it claims it will, which is a victory, can we say that leaders like Akhilesh Yadav, etc., lack a vision?
No, I will not say that.
Can we say that
there are many factors. When we go into electioneering...
No, can we say that the BJP's personalized attack on Akhilesh Yadav for promoting Parivarvad, etc. is true?
Money BJP has got today.
Okay.
SP doesn't have that kind of funds. No other party has that kind of funds what BJP has got today.
That is true. It's a socialist party versus a capitalist BJP. All right, let's quickly take a look at the 6th and the 7th phases as well. Ms. Singh, just bear us out because we're quickly taking a look at the 6th and 7th phase numbers. You've got the 6th phase, 57 seats in the penultimate phase, and out of, all right, 57 seats, 29 for the BJP. Again, this was a close one.
Samajwadi Party 24.
Samajwadi Party 24. BSP has done marginally well in this area.
Now, this is an area where if you take these two together, they're supposed to do well. The Samajwadi Party and the BSP. The BJP has intrinsically not done very well in this Purvanchal area.
No, so this is the phase where Gorakhpur voted.
Gorakhpur.
So despite the fact that Yogi Adityanath was supposed to be the consolidating force in this phase, it hasn't quite worked out this way. In the past, remember also one by-poll the BJP had lost in Gorakhpur. There was another marginal seat that I was looking at in Gorakhpur Sadar, which the BJP won by a very small margin.
Well, that would be not good news, because in case, viewers, if this prediction is wrong and Yogi is not able to pull his weight, then there might be questions asked of his leadership in the future.
Well,
or he may not be projected,
because a lot of people are saying,
a successor.
आएगी तो BJP ही and आएंगे तो योगी ही में बहुत फर्क होता है. There's a difference.
There's a big difference. There's a big difference. Let's look at the last phase. This is today's phase, viewers. The one that voted just about 40 minutes back, where the polling concluded. And here it is, viewers. Wow, isn't this tight? BJP 26, Samajwadi Party 23, viewers. What are we seeing? The BJP getting up to 225. Remember, they need about 201 to get past that halfway mark. Majority comfortable, but certainly not 300 plus. This is a big one. The BJP, according to the Times Now veto poll, is making history.
Absolutely. By coming back into power for consecutive terms, it has not happened since the time that Narendra Tiwari was the Chief Minister
has returned.
of Uttar Pradesh.
And 1 second, creditable for Yogi to come back in the face of a black swan event like
the pandemic.
You've had, of course, another imposed black swan event like Demo, which has kicked in over the last few years, viewers. And then, of course, you have had GST, you had dislocation, joblessness. This was a big message that will resound across the country, and it will depress the opposition, let me tell you. We're going to take a short break here at this moment in time in just about 2 or 3 minutes. But Smita Prakash, Uttar Pradesh called by Times Now veto in favor of the BJP. What do you make of it?
Yeah, but I doubt whether there'll be any questions raised about Yogi's continuation as Chief Minister. The very fact that, as your exit polls show, that, you know, he's battled that anti-incumbency factor, he's battled COVID. Okay. I mean, the images one cannot forget about the bodies on the river. So he's battled that, been a comeback kid for the BJP. So I don't think there'll be any questions raised within the party or outside.
We'll take this forward, because we're going to have a look at poll of polls at 8 o'clock. We're coming back in precisely 4.5 minutes. Viewers, don't go away. The poll of polls, Uttar Pradesh, and of course the big conversations around